Good.
So, welcome back to the Dark Side of the Donut. I'm Abby. I'm here with Sergeant Bevan, and we will be taste testing donuts while talking about donuts. So, it's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you coffee. So, one is caramel, one is
Clatter even, all right.
vanilla. Yeah, it's from Clatter. Have you had Clatter yet?
It's been a while. I had them when they first opened, and they've always been pretty good coffee.
Yeah, it's
they have great breakfast sandwiches
Oh my
too.
gosh, it's amazing. I love how they have this like sauteed onions in there too.
Yeah,
It's great.
Yeah, that
How
morning
did it feel?
breakfast sandwich with the bacon on it. Oh.
So what we have here too is we have Sheets donuts and Martins. Now
Alright.
I have never had Martins before, so this will be the first time for me. When we open this up, I know they had M&Ms and they had chocolates and sprinkles. I got some glaze because you can't never go wrong.
You can't
with
go
glaze.
wrong with glazed.
Yep. Then we got Sheets.
Oh, it's like a St. Patty's Day.
Yep.
All right.
I was kind of nervous that the
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day ones were gonna taste like watermelon or like mint.
Ooh.
Or,
Oh yeah, that would be weird.
yeah. So I mean, I tasted it. It's at this point too coloring because
Okay.
it just tastes like
Just regular icing.
Yeah.
Right before you walked in, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and I saw where Krispy Kreme in Australia is selling a Simpsons themed donut. Picture of it.
Oh, so it's just like
It actually looks like the Simpsons,
Simpsons donut?
Yeah. Glazed donut dipped in strawberry flavored white chocolate truffle icing and topped with rainbow sprinkles. Sounds great.
sounds like it's more than $20.
Probably.
How long have you been working in Frostburg?
Well, I've been a police officer since 2010.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been working here for almost 20 years now. It's been 19 years. I started working here when I was a student.
Really?
Yeah, and then I had a couple different jobs. I worked here while I was a student, and then I was a groundskeeper here, and then I moved over to the police department.
Why did you want to be a cop?
Well, my grandfather was a police officer. He was the chief of police for Frostburg City, and he retired in, I think it was 94. And a lot of my friends became police officers, and they told me, they said, hey, you'd be great at it, you should do it. And I've always liked helping people. I've been a firefighter for almost 20 years now as well.
Firefighter? Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
so I volunteer my time with the fire department, so I just kind of fell into it, and the university was the first place to give me an opportunity, and it's worked out pretty well so far. So I did. I'm originally from Frostburg. My family's been here for many generations, since the 1800s. So I really like it here. It's a great town.
You
And,
plan on staying here for a while?
Probably. I'll probably be in the area for a good while. Oh my goodness.
Actually, let me ask you first. What's your
Yeah.
favorite donut?
My favorite donut. I've always liked cake donuts.
Cake donuts?
So that chocolate cake donut looks really good.
Okay, go for it.
Might as well sip left while we're eating.
Yeah. So go ahead, grab the
I'll
chocolate
dig into
cake
this.
one. I know you're eyeing that one.
I
a
am.
little
It
bit.
looks so good.
I'm curious about it. I wonder what you think about that one.
I will.
I haven't had it yet.
It's funny, people bring us donuts every once in a while.
Really?
And we don't get a lot from Sheets for some reason. We get a lot from Lorenzo's. We get a lot from Martin's. But we don't get a lot from Sheets. I don't know why.
Huh. I feel like people
Yeah.
are just like...
They glaze over Sheets.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I use that sometimes.
Yeah, there we go. I will have to say, though, the best donut I ever had many, many years ago, when the Harry Potter books were coming out, and they would do like the midnight
Releases and everything.
releases, yeah. I'm thinking it was the second or third book. We were up there at Main Street Books for the release, and Lorenzo brought these trays of donuts out that were freshly baked, freshly glazed. They were still warm. Oh, it was the greatest donut ever. I usually get Lorenzo's. I've always been pretty partial. I mean, growing up here, that was the donut place. And actually, the first apartment I rented in town was owned by Lorenzo and his wife. And when I first went to take a look at it, it smelled like donuts inside. And I was like, I need this apartment.
What's your favorite donut from there?
I love the blueberry cake.
The blueberry. I should have guessed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know what it is. It just got that right texture of, it's not too crumbly, it's not too firm, and it just tastes so good. It's like kind of melts in your mouth.
So, have you ever had any funny situations where someone's trying to offer you a donut to get out of a situation?
I can't say that I paid. I've heard funny stories with police officers before where, you know, they do a traffic stop and somebody will have donuts. Be like, don't take my donuts.
So I'm guessing someone got in trouble up here, like parking ticket or something, bringing you some blueberry donuts.
No, I don't think I could be bribed with donuts. I do have a funny story I just thought about. We had a student one day when we were down at our old police station. Mm-hmm. They had stopped out at Lorenzo's to get some donut holes at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And they were on their way back, and he slipped off the sidewalk and hurt his ankle, like rolled his ankle. So they made it down to the police station, and they stopped, and they wanted an ambulance to check him out. So we called the ambulance, and the ambulance crew got there, and the whole time they were checking him out, he was just eating his donut holes. Because he was like, I can't let them go to waste. They taste too good.
You
it was great. It was classic.
So why do you think the stereotype with cops loving donuts is a thing?
Well, it's funny when you sent me that question. I graduated from Frostburg State. I was a U.S. history major, and so I immediately got online. I was like, I'm gonna figure out the history of this. Mm-hmm. And when I looked it up, it made a lot of sense to me. Many years ago, before you had 24-hour McDonald's and Cheats and all that good stuff, a lot of times on the overnight shift, the only places that would be open would be bakeries. So the guys on the overnight shifts, the only time, if they didn't pack their food, they would have to stop at one of the bakeries and get a donut, you know, because that's what they offered. And, you know, with donuts being inexpensive, police have a tendency not to make a lot of money. So, you know, if you go in and spend a quarter or 50 cents on a donut, that could be your meal for the night, you know, being that it was the only place open. Now that I wear the badge, you know, I have a lot of people that are like, yeah, cops always eat donuts. I'm like, hey, nobody turns down a good donut, you know. And you're crazy if you turn down donuts. Who doesn't like
lives
donuts,
up to the standard, like...
Yeah. I mean, it's a stereotype, but who doesn't like donuts? So
I mean, how many free donuts do you get offered? I feel like it's quite a lot.
Not too many. Every once in a while, we have some people bring us some donuts, or you know, the guys will bring them in at the beginning of shift or something. But it's not as many as you would think. Mm-hmm. So,
if you could be any donut, what donut would you be though?
Oh my, that's a good one. There'd have to be a little bit of balance there. So I would probably think something with a little bit of saltiness to it, maybe like some bacon on top, or something just to offset the sweet, because I'm a pretty sweet guy, but you know, I'm not overly sweet, so there would have to be some sort of balance there.
You've never had a bacon donut before?
I've seen a lot of those like maple bacon donuts and stuff, and I've always wanted to try one. I've never gotten an opportunity.
Really?
Because I love maple and I love bacon and I love donuts. But I've never gotten to try it all together.
I was glad sharing donuts and drinking coffee.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything to say to like the Frostburg students out there about donuts or about just safety on campus? It's your chance.
I mean, you can't go wrong with donuts. Just don't try to bribe your way out of police interactions with donuts. Even though we love them, we can't take bribes. But as far as being safe, just make sure that you take any information that's given to you and try to apply that. You know, university police, we're here to make sure that you're safe, and we're here to make sure that the university is secure and a nice environment for you to go to school. If you ever have any questions, you're always more than welcome to come to the university police station, and we'll answer any questions you might have or help you out with any situations you might be dealing with. We're always open. So,
weekly thing,
right? Hey, you're more. Like I said, I'm never going to turn away donuts.